Thanks for coming back for another segment of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. TJ here, going solo. And I thought I'd change things up a little bit for this one. I'm going to do a show and tell of sorts. A lot of times at the Michigan Conservative Roundtable we talk politics, but we're gun guys too. We just don't talk about it that much. And so in this one, I'd just like to share with everyone, I recently made a purchase, being the Raider 2-point tactical sling from Spectre Gear, and I'm loving it. As you can see, I have an older style AR, fixed buttstock and M16 handguards, and this is what I call a no frills AR. It's not Gucci'd out like what you might buy on the market today. This is no frills. And I actually had an older styled M16 sling on it. This is something that was M16 sling, and I had this on it, but I'm going to be honest, at the risk of swerving into politics, as I've been watching what's happening on the news, I started getting a little worried. I says, you know what, I need to get this thing a little bit more tactical than what it was. Given my age and girth, my soldiering days are long past, but I just felt the need. I needed to get this a little bit more tactical. To give you an idea, when I was in the Army 35 years ago, the infantry guys would use duct tape, 550 parachute cord, and then what they would do is they'd wrap around, tie off, and everything else, and they would construct a crude, makeshift 2-point tactical sling of their own using that material there. It worked. Wasn't very pretty, but it did what they needed it to do. Today you can buy them like pretty much the way you see it right now. So what do we got here? This is a 2-point sling, and the question for me was, do I get a 1-point, 2-point, or 3-point? And because this is of the older M16 design, I felt it was too long for a 1-point to be effective. A 1-point will connect right here, and what will happen is as a 1-point will hang like this, and a lot of guys were not liking it because it would swing back and forth. Worse, it would swing like this, and as you can see, that ain't cool. So right off the bat, I knew I wasn't going to get a 1-point. You also have what's called a 3-point, and I'm going to transition like this. And the 3-point would have a strap running from the front to the rear. So you have this, and in addition to that, you'd have another strap. And to be honest, guys were complaining that was prone to getting in the way, and last thing you need to be doing in the heat of the moment is fumbling with a unneeded strap. So I basically decided against a 3-point sling, so thus 2-point tactical. What I'd like to do here, you have a rear stirrup adapter, and you've got a strap that comes around the end of the buttstock, and then by using a Velcro strap, you will tighten it around, and I tell you what, this thing is solidly in place. You have your shoulder strap that attaches to the rear stirrup adapter. On the front, you have the front adapter, which connects to the front sling loop, and again, using a wraparound strap with Velcro, it securely fixes to the front. And then attached to that is the quick adjust strap. What you have here is a quick disconnect, which connects and disconnects the shoulder strap from the front quick adjust strap, and that's pretty easy. So how do you use this thing? To make it easy, what I do is I hold the weapon like this, and for right shoulder strong side, I'll put my left arm through and it'll drop, and the weapon will hang thusly. And I could see how a lot of soldiers would like this because it hangs, it's easy to get to, it's kind of ready to present. But at the same time, if you had to use your arms for whatever you had to do, right there it is. Also, if for any reason you wanted to, if you had a sidearm, if you wanted to go to the sidearm, you don't have anything in the way to transition to the sidearm. Okay, so this is the right shoulder strong arm. As a civilian, I might opt for this carry instead, and it's a left shoulder weak side. And so what you'll do is you'll put it over like this, and it falls to the low ready position. As you can see, it's right there. And the big downside, and I'll just say this right up front, the big downside is it has a tendency to be in the way if you wanted to go to your sidearm. So that's the downside to this kind of carry. But for a civilian application, I could see me going to this way of means of carry first, and I'll explain why. If I'm around the house working or something, I'm not going to say, oh, let me just load that AR and carry it around with me. You know, in real world, that's not going to happen. But if something's going on down the block and well, you get a little worried, you get a little concerned, you think, let me get out that AR and load it up. Well, so you're getting it, you're slinging it for a reason. The reason ain't good, and if the reason ain't good, the weapon needs to be ready. So you got it loaded, it's in a semi-ready position, you're like this, and there you go. From here you can present. What I have yet to show is the quick adjust strap. And the quick adjust strap allows for slack, tightens up. This is very high speed. You just keep it tight like this, and you could hold the weapon like this for a very long time, and then if you had to, bring it up and present. So from a civilian application, I could see this being used a lot. That's it. This concludes my show and tell. I would really encourage, if you own an AR and you don't have one of these types of slings, you got to get one. You have different makes and manufacturers. They range in price from $35 to $45. This one is from Spectre Gear, but there's multiple name brands out there. They all work the same. Virtually all of them have this type of adjust strap, and if you don't have one, get one. Also, when you get it and put it on, you're going to need to practice with it. You're going to need to be able to practice shooting with the strap up, okay? And one other thing, remember, perfect practice makes perfect. Thanks for watching, and as always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.